First off, I'd like to say all praise is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways teaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And hopefully by the mercy and grace of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all us brothers that's in this truth, all the elders and apostles that's been teaching this truth for years, hopefully we're part of the elect. With that being said, Elder Gabar did a lesson, I want to say almost 2 weeks ago, and he mentioned the Club of Rome. And I don't know what lesson it was, but he mentioned the Club of Rome, and he was like, hey, if any of you brothers get a chance to look it up. So I thought it'd be a good lesson to go into, or something, just good to look up. So without further ado, I'm finna sit up here and get into it. The Club of Rome. In April of 1968, the Club of Rome was founded by members of the original Morgenthau Group during a meeting at Rockefeller's private house in Bellagio, Italy. The meeting was organized by Aurelio Pesci, an Italian industrialist who had close relations to the Olivetti Corporation and Fiat. He claimed to have a solution for world peace and prosperity, which could be accomplished through a new world order. The Club of Rome was established with 75 prominent industrialists, economists, and scientists members from 25 nations. The Bilderberg Group and the Club of Rome are the most important foreign policy arms of the Round Table, which is led by a committee of 300. Many of the Club of Rome members were drawn from NATO, and they have been able to create a lot of NATO claims, and they have been able to create a lot of what NATO claims are policies. Through Lord Carrington, they were able to split NATO into two groups, a left wing in political fashion, and its former military alliance. The Club of Rome acts as a research institute on political, social, and economic issues and claims that there is no other viable alternative to the future survival of mankind than a new global community under a single form of government. So with that being said, I'm going to sit up here and get into Salakia brothers. The Ten Kingdoms. On September 17, 1973, the Club of Rome published a report entitled The Regionalized and Adaptive Model of Global World System, which was authored by Edward Pestel and Mahalo Mezarock. The report revealed the club's intention to divide the world into 10 economic political regions called kingdoms, which would unite the entire world under a common leadership. Also, in 1973, the club released a report entitled Limits to Growth, which dealt with problems of overpopulation. So with that being said, let me get my first scripture. Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hands. So here it is, the Club of Rome. A lot of prominent men sitting up here, got together, not only was devising a plan to separate the world into 10 kingdoms, but also to sit up here and come up with a way of population control. So these are your guys, like it says in Micah chapter 2, verse 1, who devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And this is Esau. Esau has the blessing of the sword. That was his blessing. He'll do anything and everything in his power to get power. And most of the time it's through violence. It's through robbery, raping, stealing, killing. That's how he does it. And here it is. He sits up here and comes up with a lot of plans with this new world order of his to sit up here and find ways of doing this. Now getting back to the article, in August 1980 edition of Fusion magazine, Howard O'Donnell, a marine biologist at the University of Florida who was a member of the Club of Rome, was quoted saying it's necessary that the U.S. cut its populations by 2/3 within the next 50 years. He did not mention how this should be accomplished. But in August of 1982, the Executive Intelligence Review released a document entitled Global 2000, Blueprint for Genocide, which stated the two before mentioned presidential documents are correctly understood as political statements of intent, the intent on part of such policy centers as the Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and the International Monetary Fund to pursue policies that will not only will result not only in the death of 120 million cited in the reports, but in the death of upwards of 2 billion people by the year 2000. Throughout the world, the Club of Rome has said the genocide should be used to eliminate people who they refer to as useless eaters. And here you go, guys. This is what they were talking about. Here you go. And one of their proposed plans was to control the populations, which included contraception, abortion, and sterilization. So that was one of the ways that they wanted to control population. The other way that they wanted to control population was they wanted to accomplish this by limited wars in advanced countries and even limited nuclear strikes at strategic locations, starvations through creative famines and diseases in third world countries. Now this was their plan, and this was what they were trying to do. So going back to the Club of Rome, there were a few venues that they were in on. HARP was one of them. And I'm going to read. HARP stands for High Frequency Active Aurora Research Program. According to the official story, HARP's purpose is to research the behavior of ionosphere since 1993. HARP has been in the hands of the military, and it is said that those hands turned this into a weapon. Some of HARP's weapons have already been used. The list of HARP's developed weapons: mind control, weather control, and earthquakes. Mind control. HARP has developed the ability to mind control or mood control the population in entire regions. Certain extremely low frequencies, 611 Hz waves, can cause a person to feel good or depressed and affect his behavior. Weather control. HARP has developed the ability to manipulate the weather. HARP can cause natural disasters such as hurricanes, tornadoes, and thunderstorms, and has already done this in Haiti and Japan. Earthquakes. HARP has the capability to cause earthquakes at practically any point on the earth. HARP manipulates the ionosphere and consequently modifies the magnetosphere. The magnetosphere is vital to the stability of the tectonic plates that float on the surface of the earth. So, getting into that, I'm finna go into my next scripture, Proverbs 21, verse 10. The soul of the wicked desired evil; his neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. So this is what they do. The wicked people, the only thing they do is sit back. These evil ass Edomites, the only thing they do is sit back, always planning of ways to sit up here and destroy, to kill, to take. That's all they do. And they find it no favor in his neighbor's eyes. And his neighbors find it no favor in his eyes. Yeah, he takes no pity on no one. He cares about nothing. The only thing he cares about is himself. He cares about nothing, not even his own. When it comes to raping, robbing, murdering, stealing, that's all they think of. So getting back to the Club of Rome, there was something else I wanted to get with on them. And hopefully this is edifying to you, brothers. I'm sorry if I'm going a little fast, and I'm sorry if it seems a little drawn out, but there was so much information with them. So the Club of Rome had also a hand in FEMA camps. And I'm going to read this off. There are over 800 empty concentration camps in the U.S., all fully operational and ready to receive prisoners. The purpose of these camps is unknown, and only a few people know of their existence. The camps are manned and even surrounded by full-time guards. These camps are operated by FEMA. Should martial law be needed, should martial law need to be implemented in the U.S., and all it would take is a presidential pen or a proclamation, an attorney general's signature, or a warrant to which a list of names is attached. So here it is too. Here it is. The Club of Rome was also responsible for these FEMA camps. They had a hand in a lot of stuff. They had a hand in many things. So right now, I'm finna read up on the New World Order. And like I said before, brothers, this is just it's a lot of information. So I'm gonna just try to cut through it as quickly as possible. I'm not gonna try to spend too much because man, I'll be here for days if I was trying to read all this stuff to you. But right now, I want to go into now. This article was published in December 15th, 2018 by Derek Willis. What is the New World Order? The Latin words Novus Ordo Seclorum, which appears on the backside of Great Seal of the U.S. since 1782 and on the back of the U.S. dollar since 1935, means literally New Order of the Ages, but conspiracy theorists translate it as New World Order. The term New World Order refers to a group or genetically related people with a global agenda to create a fascist world government which replaces all independent nations. And so, there it is. Now, the New World Order ultimate goal is to have complete control of every individual on the world and reduce the world population by 5.5 billion people. It is speculated that major political and financial events are orchestrated by organizations behind the New World Order. Many current and historical occurrences are considered to be steps in a secret agenda to reach global domination through secret political meetings and decisions. So you know what? Here it is, brothers. I just sit up here and thought that I'd throw this out there. But I'm finna get into my next script, which is Psalms 64, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. To the chief musicians, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately, and they say, who shall see them? So here you go. Psalms 64 and 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? And this is your Illuminati. This is your New World Order. This is your Club of Rome. This is the Guy Stones, the guys who created the Guy Stones. These are all these guys in these secret societies who sit up here and plot every day. Even in 1968, probably even further back than that, the demise of citizens, the demise of a lot of people in this country. They sit back and this is all they do, and hopefully, like I said before, this was a little edifying. I just want to sit up here, like I said before, the elder mentioned this, and he said something about it, so I thought it'd probably be a good idea just to sit up here and look it up and maybe try to do a little bit of a lesson on it. So like I said, salakia to you brothers if this was a little quick, if this was a little bit, a little fast. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of information on these guys. There's a lot of information about this if you decide to look it up. And I just thought I'd do something small on it, some quick and short on it, like I said before. So with that being said, I'd like to say all praise is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there that teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways teaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutation to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And hopefully by the mercy and grace of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, all those brothers that's in this truth, all the elders and apostles that's been teaching for years and years now, hopefully we're part of the elect and hopefully out of here real soon. With the way that things are going right now, maybe it's just a great chance that we are out of here soon as hell. Let's just pray for the destruction of this damn place so we can get on out of here. So with that being said, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Babal. Shalom.